Hello, and welcome to Wild Country Daily Entertainment. Let me turn this echo down. Okay. Should be better now. I hope. Okay. This article is from MSN. Larry Brown Sports. What they're saying is Carson Hocevar is under scrutiny. Why is he under scrutiny? Because when he's out there on that track, he drives like a madhouse. He drives like a nut. Doesn't care who he bumps into, doesn't care who he takes out of the race, doesn't care. He's just going for the win. And a lot of these teams are getting fed up with it. Well, Richard Childress just left him have it. NASCAR owners, they say, had the most brutal insult for Carson Hocevar. Now, why are they saying that? Well, Carson Hocevar left his fellow drivers angry again on Sunday. But the angriest reaction to his latest move might have come from a team owner. They say Hocevar was blamed for causing a wreck on a restart during the Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan, during Sunday's race. They say Hocevar appeared to be under the impression that the rest of the field was accelerating and tried to go 3 wide, but ended up causing John Hunter Nemechek, Brandon Bennett, Austin Dillon Spotter, immediately identified Hocevar as the culprit as usual. Now, why did they say that? Well, because it prompted a brutal response from team owner Richard Childress. They say, anytime their eyes are that close together, it means they've got a small brain, Childress said of Hocevar. Woo! Now, there's a tweet that Jeff Gluck made. And his tweet was Austin Dillon Spotter, Brandon Bennett, 77, as usual, is what causes these things. With Richard Childress, yeah, anytime their eyes are that close together, it means they've got a small brain. They go on to say Childress is far from the first person to offer some scatching remarks about Hocevar. His might be the most eloquent, though. They say Hocevar managed to come through the crash without getting caught up in it, which only further annoyed his fellow drivers. Clearly, it annoyed Childress as well. So, do you think Carson Hocevar is another Ross Chastain? Remember, Ross Chastain, in his first couple of years, did some crazy rookie mistakes. You gotta stop and think, though. Carson Hocevar is still a rookie in the Sprint Cup Series. He just came out of Xfinity Series and Truck Series. Yeah, he's had experience in racing, but he hasn't had that much experience and that much time under his belt for the Sprint Cup Series. So with that being said, do you think he'll end up getting better and have maybe more respect for drivers out there on that track? Or do you think he's just going to continue to drive like a madhouse? Continue to drive like he doesn't care? I think maybe he might need a better spotter. And maybe sit out a race or two to think about it. Look at Bubba Wallace. He had to go through classes because of his attitude and his temper tantrum. Look at Ross Chastain. Everybody got pissed at him for taking the field out week after week after week. But now look at him. Now he shows respect out there. He doesn't drive like a nut house out there on that track like he used to. So maybe it will take this full race season for him to get in check and say, hey, look, I better start driving different or these teams might start taking me out. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Peace out.